Says you're out of storage.
Don't worry about that.
Oh,
I need water to take care of it.
I bet.
Brothers, blessing be the line around the bus, y'all from blessing, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blessing be the line around the bus, y'all from blessing, cool. Yahuwah made the stars and gave the gated, that's a test, cool. Yahoo shot that young and living plentiful, not pitiful. Yahoo shot that young and living plentiful, not pitiful. Blessing be the line around the bus, y'all from blessing, cool. Yahuwah made the stars and gave the gated, that's a test, cool. Yahoo shot that young and living plentiful, not pitiful. Yahoo shot that young and living plentiful, not pitiful.
Oh, okay.
Everything good.
Alright.
All them doors will take you by. I don't get it, get down. I was told the truth, feel hard to swallow, so I bit down. I done sprayed the pot to get the spot, no so legit now. Swallow down and poo-pooed on them devils, smell the incense. Arrange my life in a particular order, that's a sequence. Talent didn't come with big old matches, came with content. Hatred doesn't enter in your heart unless you consent. Only talking fast, that's why I don't comment on comments. I don't get the first things of my heart, they get these cements. I'ma take instruction from the guy who drew the floor plan. She taught me humble, big bro, even play the doorman. I keep this the free house, don't you treat this like a bando. Mandatory, been around these bosses called a Mando. Have my family with me, if you distance, you can miss me. If that make you mad, I take that hatred extra crispy. Blessing be the lane around the parts, your arm from blessed go. Yahuwah made the stars and gave the gated, that's a test of go. Yahoo shot that young and living plentiful, not pitiful. Yahoo shot that young and living plentiful, not pitiful. Blessing be the lane around the parts, your arm from blessed go. Yahuwah made the stars and gave the gated, that's a test of go. Yahoo shot that young and living plentiful, not pitiful. Yahoo shot that young and living plentiful, not pitiful. Riding down and poo-pooed on them devils, smell the instant. Arrange my life in a particular order, that's a sequence. Talent didn't come with big old matches, came with content. Hatred doesn't enter in your heart unless you consent. It's your favorite brothers, yeah. This is lifelong, yeah. I was in the dark, you turned the lights on, Ride the shadow valley with the bright, Ain't no turning back, I'm moving right, I'm forever loved you, this is lifelong. I was in the dark, you turned the lights on, Ride the shadow valley with the bright, Ain't no turning back, I'm moving right, I'm forever loved you, yeah. You gotta do in the dope, people gon' do what they want. We don't be doing the law, you should be doing the law. He bringing in it for real, we about to give him the feel. Yeah, I've been gone for years, and right they paying the bills. I wasn't lying, ho, but it was thank you, bro. It really sad, ho, the muscle that made me grow. I was so in love with these big scripts, I'm out of the word spaceship. I didn't even fit, I'm a misfit. I never could roll with a nitwit. I just be setting the tone. Guess I be doing it wrong. So it ain't nobody calm. And I be making it knock. Giving it out in the hood. I know what I did in the past. I know the way I was found. Leaving for all that I had. I got a mighty career. You know the word of fame. Weighing in the label. I fell into the label. Yeah, sleeping the same cup. We in the same cup. Keeping the same cut. I never changed lifelong. I was in the dark, you turned the lights on. Ride the shadow valley with the bright, Ain't no turning back, I'm moving right, I'm forever loved you, this is lifelong. I was in the dark, you turned the lights on. Ride the shadow valley with the bright, Ain't no turning back, I'm moving right, I'm forever loved you.
Wait, one more.
This is lifelong. I was in the dark, you turned the it out, yeah. Oh, brothers, on your fat, yeah. They bring us way, and he climb my game. Oh, I would play, yeah. The sun's so great, the narrow straight, he going his way. The narrow straight, he going his way. Yeah, they bring us way, and he climb my game. Oh, I would play, yeah. The sun's so great, the narrow straight, he going his way. The narrow straight, he going his way. I put it on your hood for real. Wasn't expecting quadruple up.
One of the songs that they inspired this series.
All in the water and I am a sponge. All I be doing is soaking me. He forgive me for all that I done. He know when I can be open with. All of these niggas just swallowing their drugs. Why I be thinking it's over with? All of that hate got them swerving their lane. Intoxicated motorists. I let them crash, brother, I'm praying. Brother, I'm praying you be the man. He get a green and I'm about to fly in it. They calling me Peter Pan. We lost the way, now we done found it. That's why we pray to the east. Ended up west because of our ways. We fell in love with the beast. Rather be cool and back in the spot. Us and a couple of roaches. Didn't pretend or something I'm not. Just for a couple of roaches. We waking up and chasing the promise. You about to win the compassion. Now I be moving, I don't understand. That's why I'm reading the caption. I knew I called you, they said discriminate. Affirmative action. How see your whole be under the cheek? It's no alternative fast way. And he come my day. Oh, why would I play? Yeah. The sun's so bright. The narrow straight. Keep going his way. The narrow straight. Keep going his way. Yeah, they pray that I sway. And he come my day. Oh, why would I play? Yeah. The sun's so bright. The narrow straight. Keep going his way. The narrow straight. Keep going his way. Yeah. We waking up and changing the promise. You about to win the compassion. Now I be moving, I don't understand. That's why I'm reading caption. I know I called you, they said discriminate. Affirmative action. How do you hold me under the cheek? It's no alternative faction.
All praise, honor, and magnificent glory is unto our Elohim, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Ishaq, and the Elohim of Yaakov. To our uncrowned King, we give him praise, honor, and glory. He coming back to get it right. He sure enough gonna get it straight. Then we will worship him with one consent. For Israel, because of Israel, and between Israel. We got two more young gunners in the building.
So,
We got the front line brew, Corey Yehuda's in the house.
so.
And I got my pride, my bane, the young lion, coming to do his thing.
Going loud.
With that, I turn it over to the gunners.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. It's good to see y'all. Good to see everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let my eye introduce himself.
Shabbat Shalom. You know it's the front line, bro.
Yes, sir, Corey
Put his
Yehuda.
work in.
Yes, sir. Good to see you, bro.
Man, you too, bro.
Man,
So,
before we get into it, I see a lot of new you know, for me, new faces, new names in the chat. So let me shout a few of y'all out before we get started real quick. Let me shout a few of y'all out. Okay, Stream, y'all. Shalom, Stream, y'all. We thank you for letting us use your platform today. You at the top of the list.
at the top of the list.
My mama, I ain't gonna say her first name because you know you don't call your parents by your first name.
Under
And
your
she's
parents.
sitting right here up in the room. Shalom, mama.
All praise.
MS Bake, that's Iman Shalom, my sister Tove. Oh, excuse me if I chop your name up. Shadaraya Yisrael, Shalom. See, bro. My Akor Yehuda sitting right here. My Aktuvaya, Shalom. Hey, bro.
Shalom.
Children of the light of the Most High, Shalom. You at the plantation. Oh man. Sister Tanis, Shalom. What's that? Arlene Foster, Shalom. Ooh, what's that? Letitia Strong. Sorry if I butchered your name. Shalom. Regina Dolores. Shalom. Good to see you in the chat. Our brothers from Tupelo in the building. Shalom. Sister Francesca. Order Melchizedek Ministries here in Memphis. Shalom. What the Book Say Radio. Big bro Amnon Ben Yehuda. Shalom Hebrew.
Shalom, bro.
Shemaiah Yasharala. Shalom Shebrew. Queen Ting. Shalom. Big Doc. Yaakov. Big Rob. Shalom. Brother Norris. Shalom. We had to boot some spam account up in her. Sister Tia. Shalom. Yes, sir. Cindy Carr. Shalom. My too much for you. Okay then. Shalom. Shabbat shalom. Warrior. Shalom. We got okay, let me boot them. We boot them. All right.
Moderators be on your job. Moderators be on your job.
Dark skinned brother too. Shalom, Hebrew. There's more spam in here. Danielle Floyd. Shalom. And Stephen Israel. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom, fam.
Oh, okay. So y'all see what the title is, man. Life on the Narrow Path. It's another Life on the Narrow Path lesson. And today we're going to be focused on delighting in the law of Yah. Delighting in the law of Yah, man. These Life on the Narrow Path lessons, we just finished listening to one of the songs that actually inspired the series, The Narrow Straight by Beloved Daoud. And also, man, these Life on the Narrow Path lessons, they've been somewhat of a reflection of where my mental state been at these last 4 or 5 months. You know what I'm saying? We did the first one, you know what I'm saying? Been through the hell and high water, the emotional roller coaster of it all. And then, you know what I'm saying? I came to a point to where like, all right, you dedicated or you just motivated. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And then sitting back after taking everything in, you know what I'm saying? I noticed that I didn't lose my delight in the Torah. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? And in the end, even when Solomon said all after what he said at the end of his life in Ecclesiastes, he said the most important thing, the whole duty of man is to what? Fear God and to keep his commandments after everything said and done. You know what I'm saying? After you go through the hell and high water, the emotional roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? After you know, getting back to them first works. Yes, even if you ain't fall from it. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to stay on it is a job within itself. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And this is so this where these lessons been coming from, man. That song, and you know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's been somewhat a reflection of where my mind been jumping around these last 4 months. And man, after it's all said and done, man, delighting the law of Yahweh. That's it.
Because you gotta look at it. You make a vow. You have to keep it. You put your hand to the plow. You can't look back. Yep. So you got a job, you got a responsibility, you got duties that have to be fulfilled regardless of how you feel. That's right. So it's, man, you got to delight in this because, like, this the continuation. This the continuation. This the growth.
That's right. That's a fact, man. And it ain't no real long lesson. Ain't no real heavy lesson. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have y'all on the edge of y'all seats this Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't going to be here long today. You know what I'm saying? I told the brew about 14, 15 scripts. We up out of here today. You know what I'm saying? And, man, you know, it's an aspect of our walk, you know, that causes a lot of people, man, that we seeing in this hour to fall off. You know, we, you know, delighting in the law is not it's an approach that you take to this lifestyle.
That perspective.
Yeah, it's an energetic approach. Like, yeah, man, I can't wait to do this. Right, you know what I'm saying? Not a thing to where like, if I had time after I give Babylon all my energy, I get to it. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna see that those who don't delight in the law are cursed.
Right. And see, your delight ought to come from knowing what you know, because you holding fast to the knowledge we have of the Most High and of his prophetic things. Like we see prophecies unfolding. You should delight in the fact that, man, the knowledge is coming out, and everybody is aware of what's going on,
and that you got a chance to be on the good side. You get a chance to be on the side that is protected and is safe after all the smoke clear.
Mm-hmm. And ain't that the validation you need to know that this thing is moving forward?
Yeah.
So you might want to go and pick your side.
That's
and
a
be
fact.
down for real, not on the fence.
That's a
not
fact.
lukewarm.
That's a fact. Yeah, move it. I was about to say it's all in the but yeah. But
yeah, that's why you gotta be dedicated. Because motivation is fleeting, just like your.
I'm glad you said that, because it tie in a little bit with the last one, the motivational. You know what I'm saying? Dedicated. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, man, when you delight in something,
you happy to do it.
You happy to do it. You always thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? We finna get into it, man. Let's get into it, bro. So I want to ask a question, and I want everybody to answer it. It's a rhetorical question. You know what I'm saying? It's like I say, this is a reflective lesson. You know, like I said, man, whenever you going through a storm, start back at the first narrow path lesson, the hell of high water. Because you know what I'm saying? That's the pattern that I went through. Okay, you go through the hell and high water. Then you're going to go through the emotional roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? While you going through the emotional roller coaster, you're going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, dang, man, ready to, you know what I'm saying? Or not even ready to give up, just not at it like you was at it. You know what I'm saying? Even at that. So but that has to make you question your dedication to this thing. So then you're gonna find yourself at a crossroads in you know what I'm saying, while you going through your storm. Whatever it may be. And man, if you still don't see the kingdom after all the smoke clear, then you might not be in it, or you done failed the test.
Sound like you made some wrong choices then.
Man, look, you should be ready to run to the kingdom full speed ahead. You hear me? After it's all said and done.
Boy.
Delight in the law of the Most High. So what does it mean to delight in the law of Yahweh? All right, so let's get the heathens' perspective of the word delight. All right. Okay. Boom. Share screen. Real simple definition to delight. Real simple. Delight, to please someone greatly. Great pleasure. Great pleasure, right? Let's take that out the screen. Now, let's do this. All right, so now we finna go to the blue letter. Shit, I gotta get back used to this screen, y'all. There we go. Oh, how I switch screens? Okay, never mind. I got it.
Chrome tab or full screen.
All right, there we go. Okay, let me blow it up. Oh, that's already 150. All right, can y'all see that? Make it full screen. This should be better. Let me know if y'all can see that. Drop some sevens in the room if y'all can see it. If y'all can't, let me know. I'll blow it up. It's at 150, but I don't want to leave nobody out.
Good.
All right. So we are looking at H2654. All right. Let's look at this. Happy, or let's let him pronounce it. I ain't even gonna try.
Strong's H2654.
Oh man, that was not
Hafiz.
Nah, boy, I said Hafiz. What?
It's Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Man, boy.
All right, it's a verb, right? And it's an outline of biblical usage says to take delight in. It says to take delight in, to take pleasure in, desire, be pleased with, right? So let's say I'm talking to a third grader about this. Well, what does pleasure mean? A feeling of extreme joy and satisfaction and happiness. All right. It says of men to take pleasure in, delight in, to delight, desire. I can't wait to get out so I can go home and get in my book. You know what I'm saying? Be pleased to do.
That's right.
After a 12-hour shift, 14-hour shift, you tired, you hungry, you sleepy, your phone rang. Somebody needs your assistance. You know what I'm saying?
And by the name that you seen, you already know what type of
you know one of your brews calling at this time of night. You already know something wrong.
Yeah.
Do you still delight in the law of the Most High at this point? Are you still pleased to do this? Because this is your duty, especially if you a teacher. This your duty now. This your duty. Are you pleased to do it, right? It says of Yah. So you could be delighted in men. You could be delighted of Yah. All right. So to delight in, to have pleasure in, to be pleased to do.
Hallelujah.
Hey, three times a day? I gotta pray?
That's that reasonable service, though.
Man, you ain't pleased to pray 3 times a day?
Boy.
You don't really delight in this thing.
But that's meditation. It's calming down.
Yep.
That's vibrating at the right frequency. I mean, I don't know.
Man, look, all the above.
I mean, to go to my secret closet because what in the world, boy.
All right, what? Check this these last 2 hours right here. It says to move. And I want y'all to pay attention to this one, to bend down. To bend down. Now, when you bend to something, right? Whenever you it's an ultimatum situation, and it's kingdom over everything or this.
Come on now.
Kingdom over everything.
Right.
That ain't even no contest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That Saturday night when the sun go down, that's usually when all the brews like to, get at the function and all that. Somebody who really delight in the law of the Most High. 9 times out of 10, he ain't gonna stop at sundown.
Right. He gonna keep the rest of the day going.
Right on through Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? If not longer. Yeah. So you constantly bending towards this lifestyle that we live in when it come down to making a decision. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, come over here, so and so. Nah, man, I'm gonna need scripts. I got a class to put together.
And when you look at it like that, and you know that the Levites rarely got a chance to stop performing their priestly duties on the Shabbat.
Yeah.
So you got to think that, man, this our priestly duties because we called to be a kingdom of priests.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up. We're gonna touch on the priests here pretty soon. And they had to have a delight in the law. They couldn't lose their fire because then the nation go down.
All the way.
If they lost, and we gonna read about when they lost their delight in the Torah, how the Most High dealt with them. And then so how much more for us being Melchizedek priests when the whole nation is priests.
And we all gotta get
and the standard is higher. And the high priest ain't playing.
And he said he didn't want this to be grievous, no.
Or he ain't sacrificing again.
Man.
So how much are we to be delighting in the law, man?
And then my question be, how much more are we than our master? When he came, he did strictly what was prescribed for him to do.
Facts.
He had other things he could have done.
Facts. So what I want everybody on this chat and everybody in this room to do, think about all the things that you get joy and satisfaction from in this life. Just take a few seconds. And if kingdom work wasn't the first thing on your list, we not delighting on the level that we should be delighting in this law.
Boy.
We not.
Boy.
We not. Plain and simple.
Honestly, I have a lot of people feeling ashamed.
Yeah. So think about some of the people you delight in, your children, your wife. Like, how do you approach the law with the same delight? With your children, you think about them when they ain't even thinking about you. You can't go to the store and buy something without walking out of there without getting them something. You know what I'm saying? You can't wait to get back home to see them. Can't wait to pick them up from school. Can't wait to do this with them. Can't wait to do that with them. Same with a spouse. You know what I'm saying? Do we approach the law in this lifestyle and with the same delight as we do these worldly things? Just ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. So all in all, reading, studying, applying the law to our lives is the joy and pleasure of the righteous. And our outlook and approach to the law and to our powers should be like we are in love, basically. Mm-hmm. And when you so-called in love with somebody, when y'all spend a lot of time together, when y'all apart, y'all want to be back in each other's company.
You very interested in what they got going.
Yeah, all that. So do we approach this lifestyle with that same delight? Let's get to the first spot. 1 John chapter 5, 1-3. Because you just said something about it not being grievous, right?
Yep. Because when you at work, when you first went to that job, you weren't grievous. You was happy to learn how to move this, how to do that.
Yep.
And then you was hoping for that check, that payoff.
Yep. Matter of fact, let's go to Deuteronomy 10, chapter 12 first. Let's go back to that. We hit this in the last class. Let's do that first. Cause like we established the point about this scripture in the last class. You can't proceed until you complete this first step. You can never really serve the Most High the way He wants you to serve Him, and you can never really reap the benefits that you want to reap until you do this right here, sincerely. Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12, Hebrew.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
And it reads, and now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Yeah.
Verse 13 says to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
All right. So that's the greatest commandment. You can't pass go, can't collect $300, can't do none of that till you get that right first. Yeah. You can't even delight in the law sincerely until you all in mentally first. That's basically what that law telling you. You need to be sold out up top first. Can't nothing up here come before this. Ain't nothing up here more important than this. Don't nothing in this earth person supposed to give you more joy and satisfaction than doing this right here. All right.
Okay, so now that makes sense why he asks if you love your mother and father and all these things more than me.
Right. He was testing that.
Be a disciple of mine.
Yeah, he was testing that Deuteronomy. See how all in you was on that Deuteronomy 10 and 12. You can't even. That's all he require you. Man, what do the Lord require me? The Lord to keep his commandments, obey his voice, and love him with all your mind, heart, and soul. All in mentally. All right, let's go to 1 John chapter 5, 1-3. Hebrew, we're going to read 1-3. Pull this up. First John chapter 5, we're gonna read verses 1-3.
And it reads,
go ahead.
Whosoever believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God.
All right, so you ain't a part of the God family if you don't believe that. What it say, that Jesus is the Christ,
that he is the Messiah.
So you claiming you a father light, the father light, Yah only, you a Yah only a light. You not a part of his family. Cause that said right there, whoso believeth that Yahushua is the Christ is born of Yah, the Father.
Is born of Yah.
So what family are you a part of if you're not believing that Yahushua is the Messiah?
The other family.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, and everyone that loveth him that begot loveth him also that is begotten of him.
Right. So if you have, I don't have sons, but if you don't like my daughters, I don't like you.
Man.
If you don't like my father, I don't like you. And if you don't like his son, he don't like you. Point blank, period. So how you think you going to be able to roll up on the father, you know what I'm saying, when they make themselves visible to you, you're going to be able to just walk past Yahushua like he's nothing. and just go dap the father up.
Ain't happening, Cap.
Go ahead, Hebrew. But we that's all right. We got something coming next week. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
It says, by this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and we keep his commandments.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
For this is the love of Yah.
Okay, so this is the love of Yah. What is it?
That we keep his commandments.
Okay, that we keep his commandments. This is the love of Yah, but that's not it. That's not all what the love of Yah is. Go ahead.
And his commandments are not grievous.
So if you think that the commandments are grievous, but you keeping them, then you still don't have the love of Yah.
Ooh, you just like those that was murmuring in the desert, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have no delight in them. You think that they grievous. Let's get into this word grievous.
Yeah.
Let's get into this word grievous. It is G926.
Strong's G 926. Barus.
All right. In the outline of biblical usage, check this out. For people who think the commandments are grievous, it says outline of biblical usage, heavy in weight, metaphorically speaking, burdensome, severe, stern, weighty, of great moment, violent, cruel, unsparing. Whoa, boy, you think commandments is all this? Strong's definitions, weighty, burdensome. You know what burdensome mean? Hard to carry out.
You know what you said about that?
So, you know what I'm saying? You saying that the commandments is hard to carry out. You know, we get that a lot from our Sunday church going folk, but from a lot of people that is truth, you get that too through their actions.
Mm-hmm. Come on now, bring it out.
See, through their actions, they start pulling away from this thing.
Come on now. They sure do.
It ain't got too burdensome. They get down and the sun stops shining in this thing for a little minute, and they see what the dark days is like. And the commandments become grievous. This lifestyle become grievous. They stop delighting in it. And then we gonna read later on in the lesson, man, when you lose that delight in this thing, the ground that the seed of the word fell on becomes stony places.
Mm-hmm.
And he already said, put on his yoke. Because
Yep.
his burden is light.
It's light.
Ooh.
So burdensome, you think the
Ooh.
commandments is hard to carry out.
Ooh.
In the Apocalypse of Cedric, he said, what? Everything he commanded us to do is within our reach.
That's it, bro.
So grave, grievous, heavy, weightier. You think the commandments is grievous. You don't delight in the law.
And I thought you was more than conquerors.
Yeah. Well, at least
So
it's what we thought.
How does that to reach? How that can't be done?
Because they weak. That's what it is. That's what it is. So he said, for this is the love of Yah, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Let's go get a precept. Sirach 21. Sirach 21, verse 19. Man, Tuvaya, everything. You hear me? Man, I started to go today. I started to scrap this whole class and just start at Genesis 1, showing the Messiah. We weren't gonna stop till that clock said 3 hours.
Man, because
I started to, Hebrew, but I know, you know what I'm saying? I want to tag team that with you, Hebrew. Man, what's up with all these spam people up in here?
They've been doing it on here lately.
Because to me, Genesis shut down all of it, and the lunar Sabbath stuff. You know what I'm saying? The floating Shabbats. Man, it was all highlighted.
Administrators, y'all don't have to be on y'all job today. All right, so we in Sirach chapter 21. Read one verse, Hebrew, verse 19.
And it reads, doctrine unto fools is as feathers on the feet.
You see that? He said doctrine. Another word for doctrine is law. Another word for law is commandments. Mm-hmm. He said doctrine unto fools is as feathers. So they think this thing is, they look at all these thou shalt nots, thou shalt nots, thou shalt nots, and think, man, I can't have no fun. That's a fool. When you hear that, that's a fool.
Come on now.
When you see an Israelite all of a sudden drop out of this walk, starts not doing this walk as they should be, it's because this thing starting to feel like it's shackles on. That's a fool you dealing with.
Animal food.
You should be getting better. You should be progressing. It said, doctrine unto fools is as fetters. Go ahead.
And like manacles on the right hand.
He said, man, that law like shackles on your feet and handcuffs on your wrist if you a fool. It's gonna be grievous to you like that if you a fool.
Come on with it, bro.
Boy, that's cold game.
So that, don't wonder why you seeing so many people not come around no more. It because they done got bored with this thing.
Come on, man.
The Bible ain't useful for them no more. They done read it back and forth too many times. They done pulled out. They gonna pull out of the front. They fizzling out.
Boy.
They wick going low. Boy. They running out of oil.
And I don't understand this thing like the school system. Man, you gotta go from the beginning to the end. You gotta graduate. You can't be no school dropout, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people, man, they just done lost their delight in this thing. They won't get back to that first love. And that's something the Messiah promised to come unto people quickly for abandoning their first love. Them first works you was doing when you first heard about this. He said, I'm gonna come into you quickly for that. And put your light out for that. Next spot, Amos chapter 8. We just looking at a few situations where people don't delight in the law and how the Most High look at it. So you know how the Most High looking at you and looking at us when we don't delight in this law. Because what was good for our forefathers is good for us, ain't it?
Come on, brother. What
got our forefathers punished and looked at in a negative light by the Most High, get us punished and looked at in a negative light by the Most High woman. If not, what makes you so different? Is you better?
And then he say I changed not. I'm still looking at you.
Was you born without a sinful nature?
Shaking in it.
Amos chapter 8, 1 through 8.
Amos chapter
8, 1 through 8.
1 through 8. And it reads, thus hath the Lord God showed unto me, and behold, a basket of summer fruit. And he said, Amos, what seest thou? And I said, a basket of summer fruit. Then said the Lord unto me, the end is come upon my people of Israel. I will not again pass by them anymore.
So you saw a basket of summer fruit that was gathered after the harvest. So if the fruit is in the basket, it's gathered, it's what? Ready to be eaten, ready to be devoured. So he said the end is come to my people Israel. So Israel is what? That fruit, right? Ready to be eaten. Israel, right? Ready for judgment. You ready to be judged.
Ready.
It's a time where grace run out. So that's basically what he telling Amos. I'm about to judge these people.
Man.
They about to be devoured just like this summer fruit is. Go ahead.
I will not again pass by them anymore.
He'll pass by that foolishness a few times. But it's going to come a time where he say to you personally, I'm not passing by this no more.
It's time for the recompense.
Yeah.
Reaping what you sow.
Yep. Verse 4. Verse 3.
And the songs of the temple shall be howlings in that day, saith the Lord God. There shall be many dead bodies in every place. They shall cast them forth with silence.
Okay, so now bodies is dropping. Why? Now we finna find out why his bodies dropping. Why is he so upset with this people? Could it be because they ain't really delighting in the law? So you telling me just going through the motions with this thing, not really being fervent about keeping the law, keeping the commandments. This will have bodies dropping. This will have songs of the feast turned to howling.
Yes, sir.
Crying, weeping, and mourning.
Okay, let's read. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is.
Verse 4. And it reads, hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail.
What verse 5 say?
Saying, when will the new moon be gone?
So you doing the commandments, but you really not delighting in what you doing.
Mhm.
You can't wait till the sun go down. You looking out the window every hour to see where the sun is.
And see, that's the whole reason why he gave us a better promise to come was because the stagnation of just doing
exactly,
the motion,
bro. Exactly. So he gave you something else to always look forward to.
Yep.
Something that ain't gonna never get old because you ain't even received it yet.
I'm gonna pick that back up at the top.
Go ahead.
Saying, when will the new moon be gone that we may sell corn? And the Sabbath that we may set forth wheat.
Man, I can't wait till the sun go down. Amos chapter 8, verse 5.
Verse 5.
You want to add something to that?
No, it just what we talking about. Amos chapter 1.
Amos chapter 8. We in verse 5 right now.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait till the Shabbat over with.
Ready to go get some money.
Man, looking out the window every hour, bro, you know what time the sun go down every week. Yet you still, every Shabbat, looking out there checking every hour. Just go on out there and do what you gonna do. Some obviously out there got your attention. It got you looking out the window every hour. Just go on out there.
So what you waiting for?
What you waiting for?
And you know he don't want you to be swinging and going.
That's what I'm saying. Because look, you done already did the sin in your mind. That's what I'm saying. You didn't thought about it too much in your mind. You didn't looked at the window every hour for about 8 hours. You done had this sin on your mind for about 8 hours. Just go and do it at this point.
Because you done did it. Really.
You done did it. Hebrew, how is you innocent at this point?
Ain't nothing.
You for sure guilty at not delighting in the law at this point.
Right.
Because if you really delighted in this thing, man, on the Shabbat, you like, dang.
And now, man, you can see why his people be reaping or heaping sin on top of sin.
Yeah,
on top
man.
of sin.
Yeah.
Because it's the small livings. It's the little livings, man. Ooh.
Look, you got to throw the whole loaf out.
Yep.
The whole thing. Ain't no slicing the booty bread part off and still eating it. Nah, throw the whole.
It's over with.
It's over with.
That little mold in the bag. You know that whole loaf gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why that's the only commandment where he got remember in front of it. Cause he already knew what was coming down the pipe for his people. The distractions on the Shabbat that were coming.
And like when the elder read what Moses said about I know when I'm gone. Man.
Yeah.
Bro, y'all got a rule giver. Y'all got somebody to stand over y'all as soon as that's gone.
We saw that in the Judge. You can read it all throughout the Judge. When we didn't have no judge, it say the people did what was right in their own eyes.
I mean, when Moses went up the mountain and was gone for sweat time.
Golden calf time. Go ahead, Hebrew. So they not delighting in this lifestyle, in the law, in the Shabbat, in the new moons.
Hallelujah.
Or the feast days. Go ahead.
It says that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit.
That's right. That's right, Mom. He said your feast days is like a smoke in his nose in other places. Because look, you doing it, but you don't even care to be there, really. You really don't even care to be there. You there, but in your mind, you feel like it's better things you could be doing.
Haughty and high-minded. Prideful.
Yeah.
You put yourself before your duties of the Most High.
But I don't want y'all to forget. Verse 3, remember. The songs of the temple became howlings, and it was dead bodies for this mind frame. Remember that. Remember that.
He showed us similitudes of that when they was murmuring in the desert for 40, and he opened up holes in the ground.
Yeah.
Swallowing whole families and tribes. And they items.
Man, look. Then you sitting up here teaching, putting together a lesson. Man, I could be over some little female house. Man, look, just go on out there. Go do it, bro. Man, look, the Most High got plenty of people that'll take your spot. I promise you he don't need none of us.
None of us.
It's plenty of people that'll take your spot. He don't need me. He don't need nobody in this room right now. borrowing the spot if you got a spot in this thing.
That's it. That's it.
So you need to be delighting in the fact that he even.
And you earning your keep.
Man.
So don't ever get puffed up in this thing like that. Go ahead, Hebrew.
The end of verse 5. I'm gonna read it again. It says, and falsifying the balances by deceit, that we may buy the poor for silver and the needy for a pair of shoes.
Right.
Yeah, and sell the refuse of the weak. The Lord have sworn by the excellency of Jacob, surely I will never forget any of their work. Shall not the land tremble for this?
You see that? For not delighting in the law of the Most High. He says, shall not the land tremble for this? Boy, if he make the whole land tremble for it, can't he make an assembly tremble for it?
Mm-hmm.
Can't he make a single household tremble for it? Sorry about that.
And his power all reaching.
That's right, Hebrew.
So it's nothing he can't do.
Go ahead.
And it reads, and everyone mourns that dwelleth therein, and it shall rise up wholly as a flood, and it shall be cast out and drowned, as by the flood of Egypt.
Let's go to the next spot. My Ak brought it up earlier. Let's go to Malachi 1. He brought up the priest earlier. Was that before we went live, or that was doing when after we hit live one? So he brought it up earlier. We finna read about it. Let's go to Malachi chapter 1, y'all. Because Corey brought up the point earlier that the Levitical priest job, you know what I'm saying, was so important and so tedious and so important to Israel that if they had lost their delight in the law, we'd be messed up.
And to show that it's a continual, he called us to be priests and the priests of the temple.
Yeah.
They worked on the Shabbat. Even our master mentioned to them, y'all still doing work and y'all are forgiven. So, man, you better delight in this thing because it ain't going to stop.
That's right. So let's read about when they stopped, you know what I'm saying, delighting in the Torah. We are in Malachi chapter 1. We're going to read 6 through 8, and then we're going to skip down to read 12 through 14.
All right.
Malachi chapter 1. We're going to read 6 through 8 and then skip down to 12 through 14. When you get it, go ahead, bro.
And it reads, a son, honor of his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor?
That's right.
Now, a son who loves his father delights in him. And a father who loves his son delights in him. So the Most High is asking, he's saying, if I be a father, where is my honor?
Right.
Why don't you delight in me? If I'm doing everything a father is supposed to do for a son. Go ahead.
And if I be a master, where is my fear?
Where is my fear? Go ahead.
Saith the Lord of hosts unto you, O priest.
Yeah.
That despise my name.
That delight in my name.
That despise my name.
See, that's the opposite of delight, ain't it? To despise something. You don't get joy and satisfaction out of something you despise. So we see here the Levitical priests had lost their delight for the Torah at one point in time. And the Most High is checking them about it. So we seen him check the whole nation about it in Amos. And now he checking the priests. What make you think here in 2022 he won't check you personally?
That's right.
When he already said he's gonna come and plead with you.
Oh, he in the checking business.
Man, he said, I'm gonna come see about you myself.
He in the car pulling business.
I like how you said that, because he who say he's something. You
ain't nothing in his eyes. He'll pull your car, the boy, and have you looking like.
Well, that's cold, man.
Man, crazy round here.
Looking at me like when I be saying that's real.
Yeah.
That's OG. That's like
that's the real OG.
Man, we soft out here. You better stop playing with him.
Man, look. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The end of verse 6. It says, and ye wherein have we, wherein have we despised thy name? Ye offer polluted bread upon mine
You
altar.
see what happened when you lose your desire, your delight in this thing? You just start doing anything.
Don't realize you do it.
And look, don't realize you doing it because the question indicates that the priest was just doing stuff and didn't realize that they was doing it because it say, where have we polluted your name?
Right.
You've been going about the Sabbath day business as usual, half-assing, no real effort.
Come on now.
And you think in your mind because you doing the act of it that's enough.
No, partner.
This is the danger of when you stop delighting in the law of the Most High. When this thing stop being enjoyable for you. All of a sudden now you got better things to do now.
Come on, bro.
Boy, this thing really is a schoolmaster. This really is some teaching, man.
They was unaware of their actions. They didn't delight in the law. They stopped.
Complacent.
And how would that affect the nation today if the Levitical priesthood was still going on? Where the sacrifices, you know what I'm saying, was the substitute for your behind. Think about that. Go ahead.
Wherein have we polluted thee? In that ye say, the table of the Lord is contemptible.
Not a delight.
Contemptible.
Go ahead.
And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil?
That's Torah, Leviticus 22, 20 through 23. Go ahead.
If you offer the lame and sick, is it not evil?
You see that, like when you lose your delight, you just start giving the Most High anything. If you wake up today, you wake up, okay, if you pray one time, I just pray, even if that. If you read the scriptures today, it ain't no big deal to you no more. If you go to Shabbat class now, it ain't no big deal to you no more. If your head cover, if you a man and your head cover while you praying the prophet, it ain't no big deal to you no more. Vice versa. Holding your integrity when ain't nobody around watching you ain't a big deal to you no more. It just matter if the people see you be righteous.
Oh man.
See, when you lose your delight, you just start throwing anything up there.
That's right.
And then you look at your Cain sacrifices as business as usual. After you do it for so long, it's just business as usual. Just like these priests right here.
To the first murder.
That's crazy.
Business as usual. You don't even recognize that you giving the Most High just anything.
And he got examples of this all throughout the script.
Yeah.
Aaron couldn't even be mad about his own sons that just went in there and did whatever they
wanted to do. That's another example we can go to.
What?
Go ahead, Hebrew.
And I just want to say, man, Moses told him, man, you better get yourself together. You still got work to do.
That's a fact.
And you better not look like you mad.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
Go ahead, Hebrew. Finish that verse 8.
And it says, offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee?
I mean, come on now. Go take a piece of meat, a piece of lamb that's dead and rotted to a governor or to a king and see if he'd take it. If it don't work on the earthly level for your governor here on earth, what make you think that's gonna work for the king up in the heavens? You can't just give him no anything. Go ahead, Hebrew. Skip down to verse 12.
And it reads, but ye have profaned it, in that you say the table of the Lord is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meats, is contemptible. You said also, behold, what a weariness
you see that? It's so grievous to do all that. We got to bring sacrifices all day, every day. That's what the priest was saying.
What a weariness this is.
Man, I don't get time to go home to my wife and children because I'm here killing animals all day. Well, you don't delight in it no more. Go on out there. Just just be ready to deal with the consequences. See, that be my thing. That people be scared. They want to go out there, but then they don't want to deal with the consequences of turning from this thing. No, you badass. Go on out there.
Yeah.
But see,
Yeah.
That's how they is with all the responsibility.
Yeah.
They don't want responsibility, or they don't want the recompense of what their choices do.
See, you badass enough to let that thought simmer on your mind.
You understand?
Cause we've been commanded to cast them down.
Fight. Yep.
And what we do, let it ride us till we finally end up going to commit the sin.
I guess your loins weren't girded.
Right. The loins of your mind show one.
They loins was hot.
The loin and look, the loins of your mind had to been hot first.
Yeah.
Man, them just had to been gone. Cause you didn't even try to fight this thought.
You see that? It said, what a weariness this is. Go ahead.
It says,
And you have snuffed at it.
and you have snuffed at it, saith the Lord of hosts, and ye brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus you have brought an offering. Should I accept this of your hand, saith the Lord?
Go ahead. Watch what he say to people who just go through the motions but don't really delight in it.
But cursed be the deceiver.
You a deceiver.
Man, you a devil?
You a deceiver because you just showing everybody else that you playing righteous to everybody else, but you deceiving your brothers and sisters. And you think you deceiving the Most High. We put on the front like he gonna judge the front and not the real person.
Right.
Nah, he gonna judge the real you, not the person you portray. He ain't gonna judge that. Because we can all get in the kingdom and we can put on the act, knowing that he's just gonna judge the act.
Right.
Oh yeah, man. When he stepped out, boy, he was right.
Boy. But he been past the outer court. He been past the outer court.
Yeah, so look, that's right, Sister Colette. Look, if you not big enough to go and jump out the porch and do it, you need to sit your butt back in the house and keep this law somewhere. Cause look, that irritate the real ones in this thing when we see you straddling the fence. Like, bro, what you doing? Eventually one of us gonna pull you to the side, like, bro, what you on, bro?
Cause you a waste of energy.
What you on? Because other people around here watching you and they starting to do what you doing. Yeah, so we need to get you away from around here. Where you say you want to go? Oh, okay, go on over there. It's plenty of it for you over there.
And it ain't no hard feelings. You go do what you need to go do.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. When it happened to you with certain people, it hurt.
Yeah, for sure.
It hurt, especially when they know how you is about this thing. It be some hard feelings. Sometimes, Hebrew, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Come on now.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
But man, they ain't trying to do this. If you ain't trying to do this, man, you
man, stay away from me. That's what I'm saying.
Be in the way, man. You gonna
that's what I'm saying. You don't come around me because I'm all in with this.
Yes, sir.
And I don't want my crown gone. So you know that's gonna be a fight to the finish.
Man, so live. And I'll fight you for it. Go ahead, Hebrew. Go ahead. Yeah.
And it reads, but cursed be the deceiver, which has in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifice unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathens.
So we see through that verse 14, man, bringing y'all less than your best and not delighting in this law. Make you a deceiver, a devil. A
liar, just boy. Stuff he already told you he don't want none of it.
Let's go to Acts chapter 5 real quick. Let's look at the story of two people who pretended to surrender, everything and delight in the law, but inwardly they really didn't. Let's see what happened to them. Ananias and Sapphira. They pretended to delight in the law of the Most High. Oh yeah, we all in. We finna do this, do that. But inwardly, they had another mindset. Let's see what happened.
They had a different agenda.
Yeah.
They had their own agenda.
Uh-huh.
See?
What?
Okay.
Pick it up in verse 1. We're going to read 1 through 11, Hebrew. Go ahead.
Acts what? 5?
Yeah. Acts 5, 1 through 11.
Okay. But a certain man named pronounce that for me.
Ananias.
Ananias.
Yeah, Ananias.
With Sapphira, his wife, sold the possession
Uh-huh.
and kept back part of the price. His wife also being privy to it, and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet.
See, this was the wrong time to be trying to pull some jack moves at this point. The church is full steam ahead. Mm-hmm. It's clear that the Messiah and the Ruach is with these brothers. And here you go being deceitful. Here you go being a pretender. Here you go faking like you delight in the law of the Most High.
And they trying to do usury on people of the faith as well.
Yeah. And it is something that you didn't even have to do. You could have just stayed away from the whole situation and kept your life. But guess what? Want that public approval of your front. Man, I gotta do something, you know what I'm saying? Make sure the people know I'm all in.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And it read, and they brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet. But Peter said, man, every time I see them ends, Ananias, why have Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Ghost and to keep back part of the price of the land? Whilst it remains, was it not thine own?
See that? You didn't even have to offer nothing for the land, bro. You could have did what you wanted with for it. Go ahead.
And after it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto Yah.
You see that? You done lied unto Yah. and before that, he said the holy Ruach, right? That's how we know what and who the holy Ruach is. It's the mind of Yah. So lying to it is like you lying to the Father's face or to the Son's face. Go ahead.
And then he pointed out also that he asked him, why did you even think about doing this in your heart? Like, why you?
Yep.
And it read, verse 5, and Ananias, hearing these words, fell down.
See what faking get you? Do you see what faking get you? Do you see what not really delighting in what you're doing to get you? We read it in Amos, read it with the priest in Malachi. Now you're reading it in the New Testament. Go ahead.
And gave up the ghost. And great fear came on all them that heard these things.
Now, did not their actions make them a deceiver? What we read in Malachi? Go ahead.
And the young men arose, wound him up, and carried him out and buried him.
Toe tag and bag him. Go ahead.
And it was about the space of 3 hours when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in. And Peter answered unto her, tell me whether ye sold the land for so much. And she said, yeah, for so much. Then Peter says unto her, how is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out. Then fell she down straightway at his feet and yielded up the ghost. And the young men came in and found her and carried her forth, buried her by her husband. And a great fear came upon all the church and upon as many as heard these things.
Okay, so still think it's a game? Anybody?
And he gonna put your light out.
3 examples then.
He came quickly to put their light out.
Boy, in this New Testament, you really only see judgment like this in the old book. So they let you know it don't care what time frame we talking about, what dispensation of time we talking about.
Right.
He gonna bring that judgment. He can still bring judgment like this to us.
Mm-hmm. Immediately.
Next spot, Psalms 37, 1-4. So you think you can still just approach this whole lifestyle, this law with just a going through the motions type attitude? Okay. Psalms 37.
You can't even work on a certain jobs going through the motions because people will get hurt.
Yeah. Be a construction worker, putting ceiling beams in, going through the motions and see how long you stay at that job. Well, let's see how long you alive.
Right. Let's see how much blood you have on your hands if a major accident.
Facts. Be electrician just going through the motions. Be a barber going through the motions. Boy, you might get the brakes beat off of you.
And I go through the motions.
Man, look, you a barber going through the motions. Man, look.
Man,
it mess my line up, boy. Yeah, look, I take pride in my hair now. I always have. We might be fighting up in there.
You got that junk looking like you got an S on the front. What happened? You nodded off?
Yeah, so just think about how the people that you take delight in would feel if you just gave them anything. You know what I'm saying? They'll feel a certain way. Well, if the Most High decided, if we all woke up one day and decided just give us anything, give us half-ass oxygen to breathe. Give us lungs, give us all lungs that barely work. Give us all digestive systems that barely work. And he would have been justified because get what? Shoot, y'all gave me anything.
Right. That's right.
Y'all my creation. I can do what I want with y'all.
I was thinking that from the jump that he would have been justified anyway.
Yeah.
Because man, what can you say?
Right.
We bad. We some dirt molded together with a little moist.
Yeah,
man.
Bro. Boy. And look, when you lay in that ground long enough, you're going to turn back into that dirt.
Ooh.
Ain't nothing going to be left there but the skeletons. Psalms 37, 1-4.
And it reads, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
That's right.
For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. I'm going to read that again. Trust in the Lord.
That's right.
And do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land.
Verse 4.
And verily thou shalt be fed.
Verse
Delight 4. Thyself also in the Lord.
Do what?
Delight thyself also in the Lord. And he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
Oh, so I'm going to get a Rolls Royce? No, that is not describing the Midas touch for delighting in the Lord and delighting in his law. Because when somebody who delight in the Lord, guess what? Your desires are going to eventually become his.
Exactly.
And then he going to make sure anything you do, anything you desire is going to prosper. That's what that's talking about. That's not talking about whatever you touch going to turn into gold once you start believing.
And see, this means that your desires of your heart is going to be the Most High.
That's right.
You're going to be seeking his face to do
right.
his way.
His will. That's right. That's right, Hebrew. Let's go to Psalms 112. Psalms 112, 1-3. Like I said, we ain't got that many more spots. We ain't going to hold y'all too long.
Hey, this is a good lesson just to reconfirm to y'all and to reinvigorate y'all in y'all dedication you to delight in the Lord.
That's right. I don't know if this might be the last one. I think I might have one more that I want to do, but I don't know. This might be the last one for the series.
112, 1 through what?
112. Let's do 1-3. 112, 1-3, man. We don't need to never forget this aspect of our walk. Like, man, never lose that first works, that first love, that delight, man. Never lose that. Never lose that. Psalms 112, verses 1-3. Go ahead.
And it reads, praise ye the Lord. Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord.
Cursed.
Blessed is the man.
So
that feareth the
when
Lord.
you talking about, when you see blessed in the Bible, it goes beyond a moment of pleasure. Like blessed is, when it's talking about blessed in the scriptures, that's a continual state of joy in which we can live this life every day. And when we die, we carry that momentum of that joy right on into eternity with us. So when you hear blessed, don't just think it's talking about material things. No, that's talking about the state that a righteous man who does this lives in 24/7. Blessed. Go ahead, Hebrew.
Again, I'm gonna say, blessed is the man that feared the Lord,
Right.
that delighted greatly in his command.
That do what?
Delighted greatly in his command.
Go ahead.
His seed shall be mighty upon the earth. The generations of the upright shall be blessed. Wealth and riches shall be in his house, and his righteousness endureth forever.
You see what happened when you delight in the commandments? Good things happen to you. See, they gonna be healthy. They gonna grow. The generation of the upright is blessings coming for them. Once you delight in the law, and then look, he said, wealth and riches shall be in his house, and we get a little wisdom. We know that the only wealth and riches is not just fiat currency.
Not just jewels and
that's right.
Coin.
That's right. Because what did Tobias tell Tobit on his deathbed? He was like, son, you rich, but not the riches that come from this earth. You rich because you keep the law. That's what he told. I'm paraphrasing, but there's so many words. That's what he told. You had something, Hebrew?
I was just gonna say, and he already told us, don't worry about the worldly treasures anyway. To store the real blessings and stuff come from above. So just gotta keep on making sure that we not focused on getting no worldly gains.
That's
that
right.
We trying to make sure that his word prosper, that his will is what prosper here.
Facts, Hebrew. Facts. So let's go to the next spot. Our favorite Psalm, Psalms 1. Psalms chapter 1. And I want everybody again to think back to some of the things in life that they get great enjoyment out of at times. And think about those things. Like sometimes you can't stop thinking about it. I know one of the things for me is football. I love sports, period. More specifically, football. I know on Sundays when I had to work, I cannot wait till I get off so I can get home and watch some football. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about what my team gonna do, how they gonna play the other team, what players gonna do this, do that, do that. Guess what? In so many words, I'm meditating on this at this point. You know what I'm saying? We meditate on the things that we enjoy.
Because it's occupying a large time on your mind.
Facts. So even do we approach the law with the same type of meditation? With the same type of focus, with the same type of concentration?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, meditating is a big part on how we delight in the law of the Most High. Because what's constantly on your mind is a reflection of what's important to you.
So would if you're sitting back just, thinking about what the prophets went through or thinking about the examples that they left, is that still like meditating on the law?
That's
like
meditating.
Going through Ecclesiastes, he talking about how all this stuff was vanity, but he still gave his mind over to folly and madness to prove to himself that he was vanity. So
facts.
You ain't even got to do that now because why? He already told you where it leads to.
Yep. Yeah, that's meditating. Anytime you in deep thought on something, you meditating on it. Anytime you in deep thought on the scriptures and see what make it so hard to meditate for us nowadays is because our minds have been untrained to not give attention to something for a length of time. Watch your TV on mute for about 5 minutes. Look at how often the screen changes. It's never no more than 2 seconds. Like the Elder Daniel Solomon say, you go in everybody's house, they microwave on 2 seconds. We done been programmed to not give attention to something for a length of time. Right? So meditating is hard for us.
Boy, you see how much patience you got when you got to stop before you can go off? He said everybody microwave.
Everybody microwave on 2 seconds. You can go in everybody's house right now, it's on 2 seconds. So meditation, and you had to think, man, our forefathers, they had to meditate because they didn't have access to copies of the law. So when they went and heard the Torah on the Shabbat, they had to remember what they was read and what was expounded on and take that with them into the next time they had to go here and read the law.
And then they had to go home and explain this to their wives and their kids and teach their household. And they had a lot of servants. They had a lot of people under their roof that they had to be responsible for. So, man.
Yep. So meditation, man, it's important, right? Let's go to Psalms 1 through 6.
And it reads
1 through 6. Go ahead.
All right. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
So the blessed man is just not gonna do certain things. It's a way he won't walk, it's a path he won't stand in, and it's a seat he will not sit in. Go ahead.
But his delight is in the law of the Lord.
Where is it at?
In the law of the Lord.
You see where his delight is at? It's in the law of the Lord. Go ahead.
And in his law doeth he meditate day and night.
So things throughout his day that distracts him is not an excuse. He still meditates on the law day and night. So how much I'm supposed to sit up and meditate day and night, bro?
Day and night.
Until when the day come, meditate until the night come, until you go to sleep, and when you wake up, day and night again.
Don't that sound like a continuation of your priestly duties?
Yeah.
What?
Simple. Well, man, I be at work and then I get okay. Hear what these folks talking about at work and get back to it. This is simple. See, we make too many doggone excuses, and it's not that hard.
When you said that, I immediately thought about when he said, "Well, okay, I'm gonna walk with you, but give me some time. Let me go bury my folks."
Right. We'll make all these little excuses, bro. When all you gotta do is refocus yourself, bro. Just refocus yourself, man. You have control over what goes on up here. Don't let nobody tell you can't help what goes on up here. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Man, it's just too many distractions for me to do this and that. And then why is it so many distractions when it comes to doing kingdom work? When it comes to fasting, you can't fast because you got this going on. It's hard for you to pray 3 times a day because you got to do all this running around. But when it's time for you to go party and club, you ain't got no damn problem leaving them children at the house without no babysitter.
Women, now you stepping on the toes, man.
When it's time to go hump on somebody, you ain't got a problem abandoning your responsibilities and priorities then.
Come on now.
When it's time to go get high, get drunk, you do whatever you need to do to make sure you got high or drunk that night. But when it come to giving this our all, this our every fiber our being, this all our time. Despite what Babylon got us doing, it's excuses. It's why we can't. It's too hard. It's why we ain't arrived at this point that we should be at. It's an excuse for that.
Come on now.
Come on, man. We got to stop playing.
Yeah, because we got to get them verses 1 and 2 just so we can be like that verse 3, man.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. But his delight is in the law. Where your delight at? You enjoy too much stuff in Babylon for you to be true to this.
All these distractions, all these subconscious suggestions. What?
Man, even when I am watching football at the house by myself, the TV on mute and I got them books open. Not really even paying attention to the game. I just like it having it on TV because that's my favorite sport. Yeah,
the action.
Yeah. Man, it ain't enough hours in the day. You a lie. I done seen Negroes work 12-hour shifts, complain all day about being tired. At the end of the shift, a female text their phone. Man, I'm finna go home, hit the shower, go on slide. Dude, nigga, you been complaining since you clocked in about you being tired.
Yeah.
And just did 12 hours.
Yep.
All about what they want to do.
He limping because he don't want to lift nothing.
That's what I'm saying. You will carve out time for what you want to do.
That's true. That's true right there.
Boy, 12-hour shifts. You ain't got time to do nothing you want to do, but I bet you gonna find some time.
And them same jokers stay up all night on Facebook on their phone.
Yeah.
They ain't complaining they got to go to work anymore.
But you carved out time on Facebook to spend 2 hours scrolling through Facebook.
Looking at memes and videos.
Man, look, all the excuses when it come to this walk, I don't even want to hear it no more. It's kingdom over everything, and if that ain't your mindset, stay away from me, period. Don't even talk to me. Don't look at me.
And it is not burdensome.
No, it's not.
It can be done. This can be done.
The rewards of making the law your delight. Verse 3, go ahead.
Like he said, this is the reward.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall be planted like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruits in his season.
Man.
His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
Go ahead.
The ungodly are not so, but they are like the shaft which the wind driveth away.
Man, look, that's talking about their knowledge, boy. When they ain't bearing no fruit, boy, you see people who ain't been bearing no fruit that's been in this thing about 10 years, can't even run you off no basic stuff about this walk. Because they done dried up. They ain't been putting what they done had to use. Ain't that hard work in this walk?
That's it.
If you don't use what the Most High gave you, you gonna lose it. Can't even hold a basic conversation with a brew that's supposed to be experienced. Why? Because they've been playing around the whole time.
Yep.
Been playing around the whole time. Ain't bearing no fruit. How long you think he gonna let that tree that ain't bearing no fruit stand? How long you think he gonna let that stand and just not bear no fruit? What happened in the parable of the fig tree?
So you never bear no
That
more
thing
fruit
withered up immediately
Okay.
when it happened.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
The ungodly are not so, but are like the shaft which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
All right, so let's go to the letter of Aristes in this Old Testament pseudepigrapha volume 2. Let's read a little something about memory and meditation. Memory and meditation. I don't know if y'all remember when we hit this, when we was going at the what was we doing when we did this? We was going against the no meat doctrine.
Right.
We was going against the no meat doctrine, and we went to show, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual significance of our dietary law. And right here we finna show how meditation and memory was something we supposed. I knew you were coming to
What he said, showing
the veggie lights. Yeah. So we were going through the spiritual significance of our dietary law, and we had read some about chewing the cud and what that meant as far as memory and meditation. All right. So I got down here, us picking it up at 144 because I ain't want to just get into it. If I jump right into what I wanted to, yeah, the people would have been kind of lost. So y'all, this is the Old Testament pseudo volume 2. We on page 22. And we're going to pick this up where it say 144 Hebrew and where it says do not take the contemptible view.
All right, I got you.
All right, we on page, let's get the people a second. We on page 22, y'all. We on page 22. Give me 1 second. Let me pull something up too. The pseudo.
Not on the desktop.
No, I think we all right. Y'all, let me pull something up real quick. I'm gonna pull the word up. Volume 2, page 22. We're gonna start at that verse 144. Start at verse 144. All right. Where it says Hebrew. Yeah, pick it up where I had told you.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And it reads, do not take the contemptible view that Moses enacted this legislation because of an excessive preoccupation with mice and weasels or such like creatures. The fact that everything has been solemnly set in order for unblemished investigations and amendment of life for the sake of righteousness.
You see that? That's why all our laws were set in place. The dietary law, more specifically, because that's what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So he's saying it wasn't put in place because he had a obsession or a fascination mm-hmm. with all these animals. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's for us to live our lives righteously in the way that the Most High wants us to live. Right? Go ahead.
And to point it out, because there is a separation between good and bad, clean and unclean, mm-hmm. light and dark.
Facts. Go ahead.
And it reads, the birds which we use are all domesticated and of exceptional cleanliness. Mm-hmm. Their food consisting of wheat and post, such birds as pigeons, turtle doves, locusts, partridges, and in addition, geese and others of the same kind.
Right.
As to the birds which are forbidden, you will find wild and carnivorous kinds.
All right, so the birds that are forbidden are carnivores. I will say that. They are carnivores. Go ahead.
And the rest which dominate by their own strength, and who find their food at the expense of the aforementioned domesticated birds.
So we are not to be like the forbidden fowl in our dietary law, which prey on other birds, mm-hmm. right? So we are not to be like that. We are not to be murderous, like the vulture. Go ahead.
It states, which is an injustice, and not only that, they also seize lambs and kids and outrage human beings, dead or alive, by calling them impure. He has thereby indicated that it is the solemn binding duty of, It is the solemn binding duty of those for whom the legislation has been established to practice righteousness and not to lord it over anyone in reliance upon their own strength, nor to deprive him of anything, but to govern their lives righteously. In the manner of gentle creatures among the aforementioned birds, which feed on those plants which grow on the ground and do not exercise a domination, leading to their destruction of their fellow creatures. By means of creatures like this, the righteous, and not achieving anything by brute force, nor lord it over others in reliance upon their own strength. Mm-hmm. In cases where it is not meant, in cases where it is not meant.
Where you at? 149.
149. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
In cases where it is not meet even to touch any of the aforesaid creatures because of their natural habits with other creatures. Mm-hmm. Surely, all possible precautions must be taken to prevent human or moral degenerations.
Degenerating to their
level.
All right, go ahead.
It says everything pertaining to conduct permitted us toward these creatures and toward beasts have been set out symbolically.
Okay, so it's something to learn for every clean and unclean beast in the dietary law, basically, is what he's saying. All right, go ahead.
It says, thus the cloven hoof, that is the separation of the claws of the hoof, is the sign of setting apart each of our actions for good. Because the strength of the whole body is with its actions rest upon the shoulders and the legs. Mm-hmm. The symbolism conveyed by these things compels us to make a distinction in the performance of all our acts.
Right.
with righteousness as our aim.
With what is our aim?
With righteousness as our aim.
You see that? So the divided hoof, that's the message you're supposed to get out of that.
It's the setting apart of the actions.
Yeah, with righteousness. Good. With righteousness as your aim, right? Go ahead.
And it says, this moreover explains why we are distinct from all other men, set apart.
Yep.
The majority of other men defile themselves in their relationships, thereby committing a serious offense. And lands and whole cities take pride in it.
Yeah.
They do not only procure the males, they also defile mothers and daughters. We are quite separated from these practices. The men whom the aforesaid manner of disposition is concerned is the man of whom the legislation have also stamped that the manner that of memory.
So he's saying the man. He said with the man with whom the aforementioned manner of disposition is concerned is the man on whom the legislator has stamped that of memory. So he's saying the people who didn't procure the males, defile the mothers and daughters. He said, look, the legislator or the lawgiver has stamped them with having the gift of memory, which goes back to the meditation, the righteous reasoning, all that. Right, and we finna see that. Go ahead.
For example,
hold on. Let me find it.
153.
Okay, yeah, okay. I had to find my spot. Go ahead.
Okay, for example, all cloven-footed creatures and ruminants quite clearly express to those who perceive it the phenomenon of memory.
Go ahead.
Rumination.
Let's look up that word. Let's stop. I know it's a lot of people out there who. Some people will read the word, don't know what it means, and just keep reading. Ain't got no understanding. Let's see what the word means.
Right.
Let's see.
Remembering enlightenment.
Let's see what the word means. All right, rumination. Check this out. It says a deep or considered thought about something. So we still touching on meditation, right? Now check this second definition out. The act of chewing the cud. Rumination. So we know what rumination is. All right?
So that's reminiscing.
Pretty much. Sounds similar, don't it?
Old people say, so you think what you chewing on over there?
Yeah.
What you chewing on over there?
Man, that's something, man. All right, so rumination. All right, so what if somebody asks you, all right, so why we gotta deal with animals that got a split hoof and chew the cud? What do the cud have to do with anything? Well, we could tell them, look, he was showing us we should have the gift of memory, which if he gonna go down into it is being able to meditate on righteous things.
And or keep bringing something back up as chewing the cud, bringing it back up, chewing on it.
Yeah.
Bringing it back up, thinking on it.
Yeah. And think about the process of an animal eating the food, regurgitating it, eating it again. Think about that with the word of the Most High. Whatever you read that day, you ate it. When you meditating, you throwing it back up in your brain, bouncing it around in your brain, and you eating it again, taking it back in. This is the rumination. You know what I'm saying? The chewing the cud.
And that's like me going over a verse, thinking about it all day. Then I'm going back and I'm defining the words.
Yeah.
Then I'm trying to make sure that I'm actually seeing where this can be relevant in my life, where I need to apply these.
And then during the day, you looking for an opportunity where you can apply what you read.
Or even tell somebody.
Yeah, or if the opportunity don't present itself, you can tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this thing is. Like when somebody asks you, all right, what chewing the cud mean, man? We're supposed to be constantly regurgitating the laws and the word of the Most High in our mind.
That's right.
And eating it again, right? All right.
Yeah.
So you know the dietary law wasn't just there for food regulation. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And this also show you that, man, this couldn't have just been done based on the feelings and the whims of one man.
Right.
Like this stuff is...
It's deep. It's levels, layers. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. It says rumination is nothing but recalling of the creature's life and constitution.
Y'all see that? Go ahead.
Life being usually constituted by nourishment. So we are exhorted through scripture, also by the ones who say thus, thou shalt remember the Lord, who did great and wonderful deeds in thee. When they are really understood, they are manifestly great and glorious. Delight right there. First, there is the constitution of the body, the digestion of food, the specific function connected with each limb. Much more, the orderly arrangement of the senses, the operation and unseen activity of the mind, and the speed of its reactions to each stimulus.
Yeah.
And its inventions of art and crafts involved are infinite varieties of methods. Wow. So he exhorts us to remember how the aforesaid blessings are maintained and preserved by divine power under his providence.
You see that? That's what we supposed to be meditating on. This how we delight in the law. This how we realize things out of the law for us to delight in. Like, wow, he was saying this when he wrote the dietary law. It's not just about food. Man, when you start noticing them spiritual gems and unlocking them mysteries, man, you ain't got no choice but to delight in this thing. They keep you coming back for more. Go ahead.
It says,
read down to 161, Hebrew.
All right.
Yeah.
For he has ordained every time and place for a continual reminder of the supreme God and upholder of all. According in the manner of meats and drinks, he commanded men to offer first fruits and to consume them there and then straight away. Furthermore, in our clothes, he has given us a distinguishing mark as a reminder.
Okay, so now he about to run down all the things the Most High gave us for our memory and meditation in our law. Right? Let's see what all he gave us to help us with our meditation, to help us with our memory, to help us delight more in this law as we meditate. Go ahead,
And similarly, on our gates and doors, he had commanded us to set up the words.
Go ahead.
So as to be a reminder of God. He also strictly commands that the sign shall be worn on our hands, clearly indicating that it is our duty to fulfill every activity with justice, having in our mind our own condition, and above all, fear of God.
Yeah.
He also commanded that on going to bed and rising, we should be talking about the command.
Right.
Men should be meditating on the ordinances of God.
You see what? Men should be doing what?
Meditating on the ordinances of God.
So now you got to answer as to why, if somebody was to ask you, all right, why would he tell them the word of phylacteries and to write it on their doorposts? It was to help with memory and meditation. He wanted this thing constantly around you. So everywhere you went, you thought about this thing. You don't lose your light, your delight, your fireness. Day and night. Go ahead.
It sounds just like Proverbs. When he was like, be telling your sons and your daughters about this when you walking, when you sleep, when you standing, when you sitting on the couch.
Yep.
Man, boy, this stuff it's so intricate.
Yes, sir.
He says, men should meditate on the ordinances of God, observing not only in word, but in understanding the movement and impression which they have when they go to sleep. And waking too. It says, but in understanding the movement and impressions which they have when they go to sleep.
You skipped the part. Oh, you starting over.
I started over,
okay.
And waking too. What a divine change there is between them, quite beyond understanding. I have already demonstrated to you the extraordinary nature of the sound reason behind our distinctive characteristics of memory when we expound upon the cloven hoof and the chewing of the cud. It is no chance accident that it has been ordained as part of our very soul, but it is bound up with truth and the expression of the right reason.
All right, that's it on that. So now we know meditation is you know what I'm saying, when it comes to chewing the cud, the rumination, that's meditating on the law, on everything the Most High done for us. That's a big part in showing him how do you delight in his law. Because you gonna delight or you gonna meditate on the thing that's important to you. They constantly gonna be on your mind. Constantly.
And he said it is no chance accident that it has been ordained as part of our very soul to be set apart.
Yep. Part of your very soul. Let's go to the next spot. Sirach 39, 1 through 11 here, bro. Look at this meditation a little bit more. 1 through 11. Sirach 39, 1 through 11.
That was cold right there. And it read, but he that giveth his mind up to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
What he occupied in?
He occupied in the meditation thereof.
Thereof. What is thereof of the law?
Of the law.
Go ahead.
Will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients.
So he gonna seek out the wisdom. Notice it said the wisdom of the ancients. So he gonna go back and see how his righteous forefathers applied the law. That's what wisdom is, the application of knowledge. So he ain't gonna go back and just see how they studied, see how much they knew. He gonna go back and see the wisdom, how they applied the law to their life.
But that don't mean he gonna then start saying he them.
But nah, that don't mean that. Go ahead. He gonna apply the wisdom that they apply. Go ahead.
And be occupied in prophecy.
That's right. Always trying to figure out what the prophets meant by when they said this was gonna happen. Right? Go ahead.
He will keep the sayings of the renowned men.
Oh, not the sayings of these rappers? That make the sayings he gonna be living by? Nah. The sayings of his forefathers. Go ahead.
And where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
Yeah.
He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he have tried the good and the evil among men. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him.
That's Deuteronomy 10 and 12, ain't it?
Yeah, so.
Go ahead.
And will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplications for his sins. When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding.
That's right. You see what happens, see the rewards when you meditate all day long, you study as much as you can. The Most High, he said, when he get ready to cut that light on and just pour into you whenever you ask. But you got to get to that point first. You got to put in that work to get to that point. You gotta put in the work to get to that point. You're not just gonna wake up one day because you read your Bible for 2 hours for 3 days last week and think that you're gonna arrive at this point. That ain't how it works. Go ahead. You gotta put in time. That's so lame.
It says, where was it? 5. I'm sorry, I'm in verse 6. It says, he shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayers.
Yeah.
He shall direct his counsel and knowledge, and in his secrets shall he meditate. He shall show forth that which he have learned, and shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord. Many shall commend his understanding.
Yeah.
And so long as the world endureth, it shall not be blotted away. Not be blotted out. His memorial shall not depart away, and his name shall live from generation to generation. Nations shall show forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise. If he die, he shall leave a greater name than 1,000. And if he live, he shall increase it.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We got 2 more spots. Let's go to Exodus 25. Exodus 25. Let's read 1 through 9. That's right, Tuvaya. 2 hours and 3 days. I ain't no time to accomplish nothing. That might be good enough to get you in the kingdom of hell,
Man.
but not in the kingdom of heaven. I mean, if you know you like places, clubs where it's hot, y'all gonna have fun down there. Anybody who you know what I'm saying, you left this truth for, they gonna be down there with you. You're gonna be able to see them all the time.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be best buddies.
You, him, the worm that don't die.
Everything you left this truth for, guess what? It's gonna y'all gonna have a big old
Talk about
rave,
real big bang.
a big rave down there, boy.
That's right. Get you some of it.
Y'all gonna have fun down there. I mean, if that's what you like.
I don't know none of it.
You know.
Get you some.
I opened the oven and had to get that meat out one time, and I was like, this too hot.
Man. And then you down there with hideous looking angels, man. Boy.
Who take the lights.
That same tail you chased.
Lights in what they finna do.
That same tail you chased is roasting forever in the lake. You gonna want it then?
Yeah, it smells like microwave salad. And burnt bologna. Microwave salad back and burnt bologna.
Is you gonna want it then?
No. The smell of it gonna make you sticky.
Yeah,
man, ugh.
But that's not how you eat the salmon.
Burnt bologna and microwave salad.
That salmon cricket can be soggy and stinky.
Them same muscles you lusted at the sister got 3rd-degree burns on it now down here forever now. You that's what you threw your life over away. You gonna be down there. He can't do nothing for you at that point.
That thing blistered up, boy.
And that's what you threw your eternity away over.
A burnt piece of liver in a cocktail wing.
And unending torture.
Boy.
Exodus, what we're going?
Exodus 25, we're going to do 1 through 9. 1 through 9. Now, we read earlier, we started off showing you people who didn't delight in the law, how the Most High looked at it. Now, this was a replica of the kingdom of heaven. Look what type of people he asked to come along. Those who would delight in the law. Those who were willful. Those who were energetic to do this. Right? Go ahead.
Exodus 25, verse 1, and it reads, and the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel that they bring me an offering of every man that giveth it willingly.
Now, you not doing nothing willingly for something you really don't delight in. Think about somebody who you don't like. You don't delight in them, so will you willingly go in your pocket and hand them some money? No, you're not doing it. No.
I can't even say that's going to even be a thought that ever get.
You see that? That's what I'm saying. So look, if this was if the tabernacle was a replica of the kingdom of heaven, and he was looking for people to bring willingly and who delighted to help build this kingdom. What do you think he's looking for the real deal? What you think he looking for the real deal? Because this was a replica of it. The kingdom coming. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Whoever want to come help build it, they can come, but they got to come on their own accord.
And he gave us several similitudes of this, even when they were rebuilding
the temple. Yep.
He said those that are willing.
Yeah.
Those that want to come and do this.
That's right. That's right. So y'all see what's going on. Now look what the offering had to be. Go ahead.
With his heart ye shall take my offering, and this is the offering which ye shall take of them.
Okay, go ahead.
Gold and silver and brass, and blue and purple and scarlet, and fine linen, and goat's hair, and ram skin dyed red, and badger skin, and shittim wood, oil for the light, spices for the anointing.
Y'all, these ain't no rinky-dink substances here. So he's saying, if you want to come build this kingdom, I need you to be willingly, coming to do it, I need you to do it. If you willingly, that means you delight in it.
Come on now.
And then look, I want you to bring me all your best. Whatever you got that's your best, I want you to bring it. Yo, gold. Look, that was the first thing.
The first thing.
Off the bat, gold.
Hey.
Look, but see, a wise man, a woman will realize, man, that's why he let us come out of Egypt with all this.
Mm-hmm.
It was for a bigger purpose.
That was the whole point.
Right.
And do it or you
See,
yeah.
But see, that's how short-sighted we are.
Uh-huh.
We only see as far as the front of our face.
Exactly.
So we like, oh, I robbed them to spoil you. So
right.
For
me, I'm keeping all this. Nah, you not realizing that was for a bigger purpose. You gonna have to bring all that to show the Most High that you was ready for him to dwell around you.
Yeah. Hey, some of the brooms ready for the
see
second Exodus for that.
Just for that. But look,
For that.
If you make the second Exodus, keep in mind whatever we come up out of here with might not be for us.
It ain't even yours.
It may be to build something else for the Most High, just like right here. They came out of Egypt with all that stuff. Now the selfish person, you know what I'm saying? They mine. I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? I'm straight now. Nah, man, that was for the Most High. He was using it to test y'all. All right, if y'all want me to dwell amongst y'all want to be in this replica of this kingdom, bring your best. But bring it willingly, though. That's all he asking of us.
That's it, bro.
Bring your best. Bring it willingly, though. Don't lose your delight. Have delight in what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this class right here. Go ahead, Hebrew.
It says, oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate. And let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them, according to all that I show thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the instruments thereof, even so shall you make it.
That was it on that, verse 9?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to the last spot, Matthew chapter 13.
I love how he specifically say how I show you, how I tell you. Like,
that's right.
Don't do it like you doing it for somebody else.
Yeah, right. So if you know what I'm saying, if you want to lose your delight in the law, this ain't for you no more. You got better things to do. It ain't, you just stop being creative with this thing. That's on you. But understand, it's consequences. And understand when you lose that delight, you that word that was planted in you is now on what they call stony ground. We're finna read it right here. The parable of the sower. Parable of the sower. We're gonna do Matthew 13. Let's do 1 through 9. Then we're gonna skip Hebrew.
All right.
Go ahead.
And it reads, the same day Yeshua went out of the house and sat by the seaside. A great multitude were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spoke many things unto them in parables, saying, behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no depthness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away.
Because they had no root, they withered away.
Come on now.
Go ahead.
And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell unto good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Who have an ear to hear, let him hear.
Let's get right into it. Skip down to 18. Read 18 through 23.
And it reads, hear ye therefore the parables of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catches away that which was sown in his heart.
Yeah.
That is he which receives seed by the wayside.
So, okay, let's read 20.
It says, But he that received the seed onto stony places.
All right, so he that received the seed in the stony places, this is describing the person who had the light in the law at one point in time and then lost it. Because of what? Things started rising.
That's right, bro.
Situations started getting uncomfortable, inconvenient. And then it'd be like, okay, since you left the truth, has things gotten better? No. Well, okay, well, what you doing? I mean, you sitting here like things that got better.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
It's just gonna go more downhill. I mean, are you stupid? I had to ask the question.
That's crazy.
Life, I'm talking about life just in shambles, but you still won't try to at least attempt to come back to this way of life.
I can go sleep with the other dude. I go sleep with the other guy.
Okay, bro.
Way out of way.
You getting one off. Has it gotten any better? After that's over with, has it gotten any better?
I can go put some more money in my bank account.
After you do that, has it gotten any better?
I can go buy a new car.
Okay, why you still want to kill yourself? Why you still depressed?
Why you got no joy, no happiness?
That's it, brother.
Has it got after you do all the stress relievers?
And then you gonna complain about everything after that. Boy.
Cares of this life and the deceitfulness of riches.
Choke the word out.
You like, man.
Let's read it.
I can't wait till in the morning.
I
can't wait till tonight.
After you did all that,
never said
has it gotten better?
Say that, bro. Say that.
After you done had all that fun, you still got to deal with you and your thoughts at the end of the day.
Come on.
You got to look at your fake behind in the mirror.
And hear your mind say, complain about it. Oh, I can't believe you even did that.
And if the Ruach still speaking, you hear that too.
Yeah, come on now.
Depending on how much you've been sinning, I mean, if the voice then probably got real low. You want the Ruach to be speaking to you like this. When the voice start getting real low, you probably on your way up out of here, buddy.
Spiritual life support.
You probably on your way out of here. When you stop hearing that voice, or you can barely hear it, or you can't remember the last time you heard it, can't recognize it. You can come back to Sabbath class from here to the kingdom come. Ain't gonna do you no good.
Yeah, he didn't remove that voice. He didn't remove that counter skill.
He done.
And don't let you have been around here tapping into that Ruach on, you know what I'm saying, like on some real power, using it type stuff. You really done. Go ahead, Hebrew. Verse 20.
The same is he that heareth the word and with joy receives.
See that? Oh man. The first works, he was on it. When he first got in, he was on it when they first got into this thing. Consistent too. He said when they first heard the word none with joy, they receive it. Man, let's get this work done. Let's get the kingdom. Then what happened, Hebrew?
Yet have he not rooted in himself?
Yeah, you weren't really ready. Go ahead.
But endureth for a while. He said, endureth for a while.
Endure for a while. Why?
For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word. Because of the word.
Yeah.
By and by he is offended.
They lose the light because a little storm comes.
And they say little by little.
Little by little.
Yeah. Decreasing.
Remember when I said falling off ain't always a sudden act. Like people just don't wake up. Everybody who fall off in this thing just don't wake up and make a video and say, I'm not a Hebrew Israelite no more. With some people, it's literally a slow, progressive thing. And them be the saddest. Like,
hey, what you say?
Like I have more sympathy for them than the person who just woke up one day and said, you know, I'm not no Israelite no more.
That's right.
It be sad when, you know, they slowly pine away in this thing. And then along the way, you noticing you offering help, they rejecting the help. They not even trying to help themselves. Me personally, whatever state you in, if you not ready to help yourself, I'm not gonna do nothing for you. I'm sorry, because you ain't gonna do nothing but abuse what I done did for you, and I can be using that to go help somebody else who gonna appreciate it. People don't even be trying to help they self get back after they done fell off, if they can get back.
They allow that oppressive spirit to stay on.
Yeah, man, they let it ride them.
And you know the first place they need to go, man. They need to pull away from everything and build their relationship, man. Make sure that he gonna make sure you, man, this right here.
Yep.
Like this, how they say, for what ails you.
Mm-hmm. It's that bomb, that pain medicine, man. Go and finish that out.
And it reads, yet he have not rooted in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arise because of the word, by and by he is offended. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word. And the curse of this word,
come on now,
and the deceitfulness of riches chokes the word, and he becomes unfruitful. But he that receives the seed unto the good ground is he that heareth the word and understands it, which also beareth fruit and bring forth some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold.
That was it on that?
That was it on that.
All right, so that's the class, man. And that's the class, Life on the Narrow Path, the light in the law of Yah. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, hey, this the path we on. Either you going, so now we know what it all entails. Hell and high water. Because of that, you're going to go through emotional roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that emotional roller coaster leads you right at the crossroad.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? You motivated or you dedicated.
And then start asking yourself why or what's going on. Is the stuff is you putting stuff in front of the Most High? Like, is this an idol that needed to be torn down?
Yeah.
He already said you can't have things in front of him.
Right.
If you ain't ready to serve him wholeheartedly, that means you holding on to stuff that you should have relinquished. So we got to go back and re-examine ourselves. Rededicate yourself.
That's a fact.
Don't just be motivated.
Be dedicated.
Be dedicated.
That's right, man. And never lose your love for this thing. Never lose your love for this thing.
Because we not above the master, and the master was persecuted. He went through tribulations. He was attacked. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we got to expect to go through stuff and figure out why we're going through stuff. You only get a whooping if you did something. So if you're being chastised, figure out why you're being chastised.
Facts. That's all I got, Hebrew.
Right.
Hallelujah.
A couple of quick announcements. We will be back in the class next Shabbat, 1 p.m. We will be back in class next Shabbat. We do only have the classroom for 2 Shabbats next month. I'll get that out to everybody in time enough for that. But we will be meeting next Shabbat at the class, Most High willing. Want to once again thank everybody for tuning in, both last night and today. Always a pleasure to see our brothers and sisters in the chat. Always a pleasure to fellowship with our brothers and sisters. And we want to thank everybody who pours into the ministry, whether by sharing, or subscribing, whether you're giving monetary donations, whether you're giving prayers or alms deeds, however you're doing to help support this ministry. We greatly appreciate your time, your effort, and all that you do for the ministry. Continue to pray for one another. Continue to pray for the kingdom. Continue to pray that this kingdom come. And we appreciate everything that everybody's doing. And y'all keep each other lifted up.
All right, I heard you, big bro.
So
all praises, y'all.
So y'all keep it going. And with that, I'm gonna turn it over to the brothers.
I ain't sure. We shot some of y'all. I ain't gonna start all the way back at the top, man.
And them brothers had a great class last night, man. We was watching.
Yep.
Oh yeah, man. I gotta go back and catch the rebroadcast. I was You know what I'm saying? Putting this joker together right here. I'm gonna catch every broadcast on my way to the crib. That probably gonna close out my Shabbat right there. You know what I'm saying, bro? We gon', let me shout some of y'all out. I am None, Sister Francesca, Sister Lisa, Sister Tanny, Shalom to all y'all, Sister Colette, pause. I'm gonna even shout out the spam account, Riggs Maxwell, whoever you is. I'm gonna shout you out. Matter of fact, let me go and boot you since I gave you a little recognition. Let me boot you up out of here. Danielle Floyd, Shalom, bro. Facebook user, I believe that's Sister Rita. Shalom. My mom up in here. Another spam account. Who is this spam account? Rowena Dawson. You up out of here. Block. Moon Norris. Another spam account. You out of here.
Got him.
Latita Strong, please let me know if I'm saying that right. I don't want to, mess on nobody's name. Sister Regina Dolores, Queen Teens, Proverbs 31. Okay then. Gandhi Truth, Shalom sis. Charles Yab in here. Linda Ricks, Ema, MS Bait, Tuvaya, Big Rob. You know what I'm saying? I seen it. Oh, Shalom, little bro. Who is this? Kanya Hempfield? I hope I ain't, butchered it. Bro. I'm sorry if I did. Shabbat Shalom to you. Glad you enjoyed it. Okay, we can block them on YouTube. Can't block them on StreamYard. I want to know how they start getting up in here, though. Cindy Carr, Shalom. All right, that's it. Sister T up in here. Sister Tove up in here. That's it. We about to sign out. Shabbat Shalom, y'all. Peace.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom.